Hey Titans, we're going to go back into Final Cut for our top 30, top 10s, or ABC project. Once you have all your text done, you're going to do a couple other changes. One of them is transitions. This is the symbol for transitions. It's right next to the text tool. And what it does is it puts a transition between your frames. So for example, I'm going to use, first of all, I want to see all my transitions, so I'm going to click all. I'm going to use just this one here because it's the most professional, but you can feel free to have a little fun. This should be a fun project, hopefully, and pick whatever kind you want. But this is what it looks like not having in transition. So you can see that it just flips. And here's what it looks like with a transition. So you can see it's a nice fade. I'm going to show you one more example of a transition because I just want you to see a more impactful one. All right, so you can see how cool this can become once you start using different transitions. But I want you to find those on your own, so I'm not going to show you anymore. That'll give you a reason to explore. All right, the last thing I want to show you is after you put on transitions, I want you to start clicking your actual pictures, going up to this area here, and making sure that crop is selected. If your cursor is over the picture that you have selected, these options will come up. Ken Burns is the one that I want you to work with, and as you can see, it gives you a starting position and an ending position that you can change. So you can alter them however you want. I'm going to have it start by moving the start way at the bottom here, and then revealing my main character by going to the top. I don't want to show any of the black spaces because it's very unprofessional to have that black space show in your project at all, which is half the reason why we're doing these Ken Burns effects, so that we can have movement in our piece is the first reason, and that we can remove those professional looking blank back spaces or black spaces also. So here's what this would now look like. So the moving really adds to the video. It gives you the sense that it's not just a slideshow, it's more of a video. But because it moves so fast, I think that I'm going to make Batman last a little bit longer. So here's what it looks like now. Number 9, Batman the Animated Series, and we get to see Batman, and then move on to the next slide. All of your pictures at the end should have all these black bars removed by using the Ken Burns, which will also add some movement to your project, which will make it look a lot more professional. The last thing that I want to show you is how to have 2 pictures going at once. So first, if you want 2 pictures to show at the same time, which you might want to do for a tie, but I just showed them separately in this case, you also may want to add what's called a PNG. Now, I have another separate video that you could choose to watch, but you don't have to have PNGs in your project. If you do have PNGs, it'll show you how to make your own, or you can find them in the internet. In some cases by typing in whatever it is that you're looking for, and PNG. PNG means there's a clear part to the image, and it's shown as black here, but you can see that it's not black when I put it over the other Thundercats. I could then go to my transform tool up here while I have this selected. I want to make sure, all right, there. And now I can change where I show Snarf. So Snarf is going to come up right here. So I'm going to make it so that you see some of the slide before without Snarf, and then you see Snarf show up. And I'm going to put a fade on him so he fades in. Now, the other video that I was telling you about will actually show you how to make your character move, which is even cooler. I'm not going to show you that in this video, but I'm going to show you what the final product would look like. Okay, so also, if I wanted to, by the way, I could delete the last fade so he fades in, but he snaps out, or whatever transition happens here will happen to him as well. When I'm showing my different pictures of the honorable mentions, I kind of want to show them almost at the same time. So I'm going to have this happen. So this looks really confusing, and now I'm going to show you how this is going to work. I'm going to click one of them. Let's start with Scooby-Doo. And I'm going to shrink him so that he doesn't take up the whole screen. I'm then going to click the Jetsons, because that's the next one I see on my screen, and I'm going to shrink that one. Next, I'm going to shrink this one here. And now this is what it'll look like if I play it. So this would give a chance for me to, and I'll also write honorable mentions somewhere on the screen so that they know, people know what exactly this is. But that would be how I would show my honorable mentions. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you enjoy this project. Remember that this is only the top 10. If you're doing a top 30, you need 3 of them. So I would put my next introduction of my next area here, and I would continue. And that's about it. Feel free to leave appropriate feedback and subscribe if you wish.